Okay, I'd like to preface this video by saying I don't make money for this YouTube shit, and my interest is slowly dwindling. My real world job or my real world occupation takes up quite a bit of my time. So I'm starting to lose time to produce videos for this YouTube shit. So you guys who have subscribed to my channel, thanks and whatnot. And for you guys who are new to my channel, I'll keep trying to produce stuff for you guys when I can. This is a request video from someone who wanted to see Marvel Ultimate Alliance, just basically tidbits as to how to download it, how to mod it, etc. I don't mind showing you guys that. This video will be brief and or short due to me having, real life things to do. And let's get it started. Okay, first and foremost, what you need is a copy of Marvel Ultimate Alliance. There's a few sites you could go to. I don't want to get myself in trouble or seem like I do bad things on the internet. So the best I could do is just give you names. Couple good names. One that's fairly reliable for finding games that I need is called Fit Girl. Just do a quick Google search of Fit Girl. As you can see, it's usually the first thing to populate. Very dependable. A second site to find games that you may need is called Skid Row. Simple Google search, put in the word Skid Row, and as you can see, skidrow.com. I'm pretty sure that's it. Actually, I don't trust that. Let's do Skid Row Reloaded. Yeah. So the site that you want to go to is Fit Girl or Skid Row Reloaded. And as you can see, you can go inside of the sites or whatever, and they should populate a plethora of different games for you to download. Both of them come with a search function. Actually, Fit Girl might blatantly give you an alphabetical order, everything you need. But find the game you need. In this case, you need Marvel Ultimate Alliance. Make sure it's not the remastered version. You can't mod that game. Once you get your game, go ahead and wait for it to download. Hit the exe. It'll take a minute for it to be placed wherever you chose to place it. Once that's all said and done, go to navigate to your game. In my case, as you can see, I have a 4 terabyte passport. It's under my saved games in my PC, and it's in a folder called Marvel Ultimate Alliance. Inside of my folder, I've done minute or minor things that to improve my game personally. First and foremost is I added a reshader, so you'll see a lot of stuff in my folder that you may not have, such as shaders and sweet effects and etc. Aside from that, as you can see, the appropriate folders have been modified and given exclamation marks just to mark the importance of the programs to me. The only program that you'll need to have once you have your game downloaded, feel free to pause this video at any time too if I'm going too fast. But the only program you need is called XMLBCU. And to get that program, I'm 100% sure you can go here to Marvel Mods. I'll just for research purposes, I'll go to a Google page and I'll show you how easy it is to access. You just type in Marvel Mods and then boom, it'll take you straight to it. No ands, ifs, or buts. I'm pretty sure this is it. Once you get the site up, you click it, you'll know it because it has the atom sign, red background, just it looks like the Marvel logo itself. And just skim through the site and find everything you guys need. Everything is fairly easy to navigate, so there shouldn't be too many issues. As you can see, the game that we're focused on right now is Marvel Ultimate Alliance, so I just simply click that and go into the mods and conversions. As you can see, there's a plethora of things. There's pages upon pages. I know it says 8 pages, but keep in mind, if you click one of these links themselves, it'll take you into another plethora of pages to skim through. So basically, you're a kid in a candy store with these mods, you guys. You can go ahead and play around with this site or whatever for those of you who are new to it. But I'm gonna move forward and just give you the information that you need in regards to modding. Let's get this out the way. Okay, I digressed. So here's my Marvel Ultimate Alliance game. This is the folder that I keep it in. As you can see, everything is neatly set up for me. The only thing that you guys need to focus on is finding this XML BCUI program, which you probably could Google too. But anywho, once you get the program downloaded, you put it in an appropriate folder. It doesn't matter which folder you put it in, but just put it somewhere safe where you can get to it. In my case, I exclamated it. Double click the execution button, and it'll pull up this window with like basketballs and shit on the background. Okay, once you get this window up, the first thing you're gonna do is go to File, Decompile. Once that's done, it'll come to this window. This window is the decompile window. Your focus when you're in the decompile window is always the input, opposing to the output, because the output is actually, it's a universal term for where it's going to spit out or place whatever you produce. An input is actually what you yourself are placing inside of this program to modify. So you'll always focus on input. I can't stress that enough. I'll click Browse. I'll go back to my main folder for my game, Marvel Ultimate Alliance. Don't worry, all Marvel Ultimate Alliance games are named the same thing. So yeah. So you go to your main folder, you go inside of data, and you find what's called the hero stat. As you can see, I modify my hero stat heavily and quite often, so I have more than enough of them backed up in my game. But you will double click the ENG, and as you can see, this auto populates by itself. You don't need to touch it. You have your input open, click it accept. Once you click accept, a black window is going to auto populate. All you have to do is hit enter for this, and it'll do all the work. Don't be alarmed by that sound. It makes that sound every time you do this. It says run edit to view generated source. This is basically the program giving you an instruction as to what you need to do next to modify your file. Once that's done, make sure your window is still up. Inside of the window, you go to File and then Edit. Remember, you can't edit your hero stat unless you do these steps first. Okay, once it's fully decompiled, the hard part is out of the way, you guys. You can Control F, find whatever model you want to replace. In my case, just for tutorial purposes, I'm going to put in Mr. Fantastic or Mr. F. Let's see if that didn't work. So I'm just put Fantastic, considering he's the only person in the roster that has that name. I think I spelled that wrong. Tastic. Ghost Rider. So it took me to one of Ghost Rider's skins, so that's not it. Just keep clicking until you find one that says either character anims or the character's name. In this case, I found the first thing I found was character anims, but it took me to the proper place, because as you can see, below character anims is character name, and there it is, Mr. Fantastic. For a more clear and concise version, or rather step for this tutorial, I'm going to try it again, but this time I'll put in Spider-Man. Spider-Man. That didn't work. Maybe the formatting's weird in this. Let's try no space. That didn't work. A hyphen maybe? Okay, so when you run into the issue of it being too specific, there's no problem with breaking the word down, and it'll take you to something. In this case, it took me to Spider-Girl, so I'll just keep clicking enter until I see Spider-Man. I see what the issue is. Scroll up, hit this, Spider-Man. Yeah, so Spider-Man, no space. So as you can see, I put in Spider-Man for Control F, and it took me directly to it in this time. And as you can see, character name Spider-Man, so I know this is the right model that I want. You'll simply scroll down and you'll see the word skin. Now, The only one you really need to focus on as far as your template goes is the word skin that doesn't have numbers following it. The reason for that is because immediately following skin is always your template number. In this case for Spider-Man, it's 0901. Now, let's say I wanted to replace one of these skins. As you can see, the skins are separated by numbers. In this case, skin 1, skin 2, skin 3, skin 4, skin 5, and skin 6. So my Spider-Man has 6 different skins. And you'll know what the skin is because immediately following the skin number, you'll see that it has a name associated with it. So skin 6 is actually his classic suit. Skin 5 is his amazing Bagman suit. Skin 4 is his Civil War suit, and etc. Now, it gets a little bit tricky because the template skin, or rather the default model skin 0901, is actually associated with skin 1. Now, let's say I wanted to replace a different model. Well, if I wanted to replace one of these other suits, instead of skin 0901, I would plug in the associated digits. A good example, the template is 0901. What if I wanted to replace skin 2? I'd plug in 02 for the model that I want to replace. Let me give you some clarity on this. Okay, I'm going to show you guys where the models are actually located in here. Actually, it's not that. It should be in models. Sorry, I haven't done this in a while. Okay, so you'll go to your actors folder, and inside of your actors folder, as you can see, everything is neatly sorted out. Now, the skin that we were focused on at the moment is actually the Spider-Man skin, which is 0901. So I typed in 0901 and it took me to 0901 IGB. That's the model itself. That's what I'd be replacing if I were to replace the IGB itself with something else. Just keep that in mind, just for association purposes. So if I wanted to replace this Tom Holland skin with something else, I would rename it whatever I want to rename it, and then I'd go find the model inside of the actors folder and I would replace its associated number. In this case, it's skin 2. So to replace my skin 2, actually, I'm sorry, I probably just confused you. Okay, the Tom Holland skin is associated with skin 1. So to replace skin 1, I would replace 0901 with whatever model I found on Marvel Mods. If I wanted to replace skin 2, I would find 0902, which happens to be right here, and I would replace it with whatever model I find inside of Marvel Mods. And that's basically how you replace your playable model. For myself, this is just a personal thing that I do, but whenever I replace a model in my game, the first thing I do is I find an image, or I make one myself, and I name it the same thing that the IGB is named. Okay, I'm pulling this up in Photo Viewer, and as you can see, the picture will always be like a little snippet, just to show me what I'm putting inside of my game. That way, there in the future, if I don't have access to my my XMB, if I don't have access to my XMLB, I can simply just look at the pictures and replace them accordingly. Actually, at this point, my memory is pretty good in regards to like which character's which, so I don't really depend on this much anymore, aside from editing the notepad. But I divulge, or rather I digress. Once you replace the model that you have found via Marvel Mods or wherever you may go, you plug it in. Once the model's plugged in and your IGB is replaced with whatever IGB you found on the site, you go back to your notepad that you opened in XM, and then you simply save it out. Now once you click save, you can completely close this out. Open back up your window, go to File, Compile. Now remember, anytime you edit your hero stat, what you have to do reflexively immediately following it is you have to recompile the file. As you can see, it will auto-populate because you've already decompiled it, so it's basically less work for you to do. But here's the trick. For your output, when you're recompiling your hero stat, can't be called XMLB. It has to be called ENGB. Just keep that in mind. When you decompile, or rather, when you compile your hero stat, I'm going to say it again, when you compile your hero stat, always remember that the output will be ENG. It's easy to remember because anytime that you compile anything in this game, in most cases it's going to be in ENG format. So once you got your ENGB, you hit accept and then you close. In my case, I don't have to click accept because I haven't replaced anything. But that's how you replace a playable model, you guys. Now, once your model is replaced, the work isn't done, because after replacing the model, you have to find what's called the HUD. The HUD is a mini picture that populates in the bottom left of the screen while you're playing. It's easy to get to because the folder is called HUD. The only thing you have to do is find the associated number. In my case, I replaced 0901, which was Spider-Man, if you guys remember. So what I do is I scroll down until I found HUD head 0901. Now, the thing with replacing HUDs is you have to find the associated IGB. Now, the IGB is the same as it was in the actor, file-wise, but it is not the same thing. The IGB inside of the HUD head are actually little square pictures opposing to models, which means you'll have to go inside of Marvel Mods and you'll have to find the appropriate HUD yourself. Most character mods in Marvel Mods, at least the ones that are done competently, usually come with a head HUD for you to replace too, or rather a HUD head to replace inside of this folder too. So it's not really a big issue in most cases. But just keep in mind, the mini picture is always associated with the HUD folder. So when replacing a character, you have what's called the actors folder, which you will have to replace the IGB. But keep in mind, you'll have to always edit the hero stat, and basically the steps that I showed you prior to now, before you replace anything in here. Then once you knock that out, you knock out the HUD, and then last but not least, if you really want to, it should be UI, either UI or HUD. Okay, you go to the UI folder. You click models, mannequin. Now the thing with mannequins are these are the models that populate during the character select screen. The mannequins are somewhat different, but actually quite the same as when you replace your actor. Now for the actor, in my case, my number was 0901, so I'd go back to that folder, UI, model, mannequin, and then I find the one that's called 0901. Luckily for us, 0901 was his first color, or his template number. The template number will always be inside of the mannequin folder for every character. So in my case, 0901 will be replaced. And remember, you can only replace a mannequin IGB with a mannequin IGB, meaning while you're skimming through Marvel Mods, if the creator or if the description doesn't say mannequin next to it, it's not for the mannequin folder. You can't interchange the actor, the HUD, and the mannequins with each other. So just keep that in mind. Anything you place in this mannequin folder, just remember that it has to be a mannequin IGB, which will be clearly put out for you guys via description or whatever inside of the site. So shouldn't be too difficult to mess up. But yeah, those are the three things you guys have to replace: your actor, your HUD, and your mannequin inside of UI. Once you knock those things out, you fully modded your character. And yeah, you just go for it. Just play the game. Click your exe, and it should load the game up, and everything should work fine. Given your you didn't download a faulty mod or something like that. But yeah, that's my quick down and dirty tutorial as to how to mod Marvel Ultimate Alliance. If you guys want to know how to mod other things like NPCs or maps, or how to change out movies, or how to add a reshader, or etc., etc., just I guess you can leave a comment, and if I have the time, I'll try my best to knock out another video for you guys.